These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mark Z via PDK. Question: I wonder, is it true that it is 4.81 in Iraq right now? Could this be factual? Mark Z says that is what we're hearing for the international rate. I'm hearing $4.83. We simply won't know until we get through the door. Does it make sense at that rate? Absolutely. Could it be? Absolutely. All right, Frank26, this is the 7th part of his post following up from yesterday. He says, the bank lady, the member comment said, you will receive a certificate, and the minute that the collections department is complete with your currency, they will put finances into your account, is what they told me. Question for Frank. Frank, is there another avenue? Frank said, I would much rather tell you that than that bank. Thank you, manager. Thanks for helping me, but with all due respect, what happens when you send those dinars to the other bank and they get stolen or burned up and all my dinars are gone? Where are you sending my dinars? What main branch are you taking them to? Thank you very much. That's where I'm going to go. That's what you should do, in my opinion. All right, Sampson article, quote, expectations of the dollar exchange rate in 2023 budget. Quote, the former director of the Office of Financial Supervision, Salah Nuri, there is no change in the exchange rate of the dollar in 2023 budget, and this is the opinion of both the Ministry of Finance and the central bank. All right, Mark Z via PDK, here's the chatter I'm hearing. DoD contacts are still very confident that this week that we are in right now is the week it happens. I've heard this from a couple of sources. I know they missed the 36-hour window on Monday, but they reassure me they are still working to get it done this week. I'm still being told by my banking sources here that they will not work by tomorrow, so realistically, I believe we are looking at Friday at the earliest. All right, Frank26, article, quote, a source in the central bank, it is too early to trade 20,000 dinars and no old denomination will be withdrawn. The monetary reform teaching the Iraqi citizens much more. The CBI admits they're going to use a 20K dinar. It's already printed. The monetary reform education at its highest. All right, Caparoni going to a bank to cash out. There will be very little, if any, banks that exchange the dinar if and when it ever becomes traded amongst banks. The reason is simple. Most banks are conservative by nature. If and when Iraq ever diversifies their economy, is in a position to float the dinar, it will rise gradually over time. Therefore, you would never want to exchange at a bank. You would probably want to engage with some type of currency broker or market marker watching it rise. All right, walking stick via Frank26, there was $800 million flowing per week out of Iraq from the CBI banks illegally. It was being done by the political thieves, money exchangers, Maliki, auctions, fake contacts, or directly stealing it and not caring if they were caught. Only the CBI can supervise their banks, and they have done a superior job. That is why the international world is willing to pour into Iraq with their currency converted into Iraqi dinars. All right, Frank26 says banks around the world are getting ready to receive the 3-0 notes. Private banks around the world are already ready. Mark Z via PDK, today the fact that Iraq is cleaning up corruption has now made it to mainstream news. On AP Associated Press, auditors in Iraq uncover a staggering $2.5 billion tax fraud. This is an older story out of Iraq that is suddenly getting international attention. Maybe this is some of the smoke we need, just like we saw in Kuwait before they RV'd. All right, Sampson article, quote, in numbers, an unprecedented value for Iraq's foreign reserves. Quote, Iraq's foreign reserves are the highest today in the country's financial history, which amounted to nearly $90 billion. The exported Iraqi currency also amounted to about 150%, meaning that every dinar is exported to trading, and the economy is now covered by foreign exchange 1.5 times. Lastly, Mark Z via PDK, I do have an interesting piece from a redemption center contact in Texas. Not one of my usual ones. It was fun and might give us a clue. They're told that the call center part will be on call tomorrow, but not the redemption center itself. I find this interesting because they were told they would be on a short call in or notice, and this was changed earlier today. So this is potentially exciting. Remember, the rest of the world keeps operating even if we have Thanksgiving.